own healing journey from facing so many diseases that I just wanted to raise awareness and make a difference where health and wellness is concerned. One of the things that really troubled me for a really long time was not just my own health challenges, but I almost lost my dad, and then my son went through a lot in his early childhood life with his health, and even recent, and so the path of naturopathy and health and nutrition, coming from a background of food and nutrition and all of that, really helped me to get my life back and help my loved ones as well. And now I'm on a mission to help others to live healthy, because I believe that your health is your wealth. And so I have a new line of products that is going to be out soon. And the products already, persons are using it in, my friends, family, church community. People are already using it and getting wonderful results. I myself can, testify. Others will testify in time too, of not just your internal body, your organs, the detoxification and everything, but even your skin, your hair, and everything that's happening. It's really an interesting journey, one that I intend to continue embarking on, to see as many people, especially in the Christian community, healthy, not just having a healthy mind and spirit, but having a healthy body to live out their lives and fulfill their God-given purpose. So I want to share with us about preventing colon cancer. This topic, I feel, was something that was worth talking about, because when you look at cancer, so many people now have cancer as opposed to 10 years or 15 years ago. I'm sure if you are around my age, if you're in I'm not going to say how old I am, but I'm sure, if you are over 40, when you were younger or when you were growing up, you rarely heard anything about cancer. All right, so let's talk about colorectal cancer. And colorectal cancer is also known as bowel cancer, or what many people call colon cancer. So let's just, use the term colon cancer, because most people refer to colorectal cancer as colon cancer. And so it's a type of cancer that starts in the colon or the rectum. And these are parts of the digestive system. And so it usually begins as a growth or a tissue called a polyp. And this begins as a non-cancerous growth. And sometimes it begins as a malignant, which is cancerous growth. And over time, this malignant polyp can keep growing and growing and invade surrounding tissues and potentially spreading to other parts of the body if it's not detected and treated early. Any type of cancer can be dealt with if it's found early enough. So many people don't need to die. So many people are afraid of doctors. So many people don't like the taste of certain types of herbs or medicines. So many people don't want to eat more fruits and vegetables and, handle, like things like toxic thinking and stress. So many of us need to become more aware of the things that cause our bodies to break down. So the symptoms of colorectal cancer, or rather colon cancer, may include changes in bowel habits, such as either a person may find that they just constantly have diarrhea, or that person just constipated and that was not a norm for them. So that's a sign. If you see blood in the stool, you really want to get checked. Like, if that's happening 1 or 2 days and you're seeing a pattern, you want to get that check as soon as possible. If you're having abdominal pain and cramping, things like unexplained weight as well, or you're just feeling like weight loss, you're just losing a lot of weight, or you're feeling very tired, fatigued, you want to get screened, you want to get tests, you want to do what they call a colonoscopy. And that can help you to detect colon cancer early, as I said before, when it's most treatable. So, of course, colon cancer treatment includes like, doing chemotherapy or removing the tissue. You may not even need to do chemotherapy if it's not spread all over the body in other cells. You may just need to do, a surgery, a procedure where they remove the the cancerous tissue from your body. And they may do some bouts of chemotherapy, as well, or radiation therapy, or just targeted therapy in a particular area of the body, depending on the stage or the characteristics of that cancer. But as I said before, early detection can improve outcomes and increase the chances of survival. People do not have to die from cancer. Once we start changing habits, and once we get screened and checked and all of that, a lot of times some things can be avoided. So the survival rate for colon cancer, as I was researching, it has doubled over recent years, and it's so, there's about 50%, 51, let's say about 50 to 51% increase in the amount of people with cancer under the age of 50. And that's in the United States. And you know what happened as a result of that? And that's since 1994. So what happened is that they changed and lower the age to get a colonoscopy because of that age. So no longer you have to wait till you become 50. Now at 45, your doctor is going to say to you, go get screened, go get a colonoscopy to make sure that nothing is wrong, because we're talking about half the population. All right. Another reason why we need to carefully think about detoxing our bodies and eating fiber and staying away from a lot of processed foods, right? Because that buildup over time is what causes those type of problems. Well, contributes towards those type of problems. I don't want to say cause. All right. So the early onset cares are, likely to be more aggressive, making early detection even more important. All right. So younger patients may not recognize symptoms. Persons may see blood in their stool and take it for granted. But you really want to address early any signs that you're seeing that I mentioned before and visit your doctor, because about 85% of people who get colon cancer could be treated successfully or prevented by adequate screening. Did you hear that? 51% of persons in the United States end up with colon cancer. And 85% of those colon cancers could have been prevented successfully if those people would have gotten screened. So you want to really learn how to protect your health. So I'm going to share a bit of suggestions for you, some healthy eating habits that will prevent colon cancer. All right. So let's look at it. You want to really look at turning to healthy strategies and habits, and you want to use those habits daily. So one of the things I want to talk about is fats, limiting fats. I used to be a person who just loved butter, loved cream, milk, and all those type of things. And since I was a young girl, and as I learned the hard way after 2 blood clots, I decided to change, and I don't even use any hydrogenated oils in my diet at all. I use coconut oil, or if I have to use olive oil, avocado oil. I don't use margarines. If I have to use butter, it's going to be cream and milk on that label. So I'm very careful to even limit the amount of those healthy fats. I eat avocados a number of times a week as a habit because it has a lot of benefits and it's healthy. So you want to cut back on a lot of red meats. If you're a person that love a lot of beef and pork and those red meats, you want to cut back on those meats. You can have it once or twice a week. And if you can just leave it for, once a week, even better. You don't even have to have red meats every single week. So you want to limit because their fat content is very high. So that's a choice you have to make. You want to limit. You can even download an app and count calories. A lot of people don't believe in counting calories, but that may have benefits for some persons because their diet may have a lot of fatty foods, a lot of foods that's high in cholesterol, and just using like that app and counting the calorie intake for the day can avoid obesity and help with conditions like diabetes and all of that. If diabetes is a concern, you want to also, take some time and check the calorie intake that you have every day and really bring that down to a safe plan that can help you to lose excess weight and keep that weight off. All right. Another one is eating more produce. You want to eat more produce. And what is produce? So instead of choosing just to have a box of Cheerios, which is made from oats, why don't you just have the oats itself? Right. So you want to try to have food in its purest state. vegetables and fruits. You want to have ground provisions. You want to have a lot of foods that are in its most natural state. All right. So one of the things I do, I try to like do a soup at least once every week. So you're getting a whole lot of vegetables and stuff in that soup, and you can have that soup for like 2 days or even 3 days if you're busy. So that covers you for 3 days. Make a salad twice a week. You get a whole lot of vegetables again there. And if you have a good refrigerator, sorry to say it like that, you can make a salad today and it lasts tomorrow, and then you make another one. Or even if you have to buy pre-made salads, just find a way, even if you're busy, to eat more produce. Put a banana, an orange, an apple in your bag instead of choosing, some type of processed food or a pack of nuts or something that is high in fiber. All right. So getting to that, the next one I wanted to say was fiber, right? And I already mentioned that you want to increase your fiber intake. So things like, like non-GMO popcorn. You want to eat like apples, broccoli, foods that are rich in fiber. So these are some of the strategies that you can use. And don't forget, simple thing like water. You want to drink a lot of water from a pure source. All right. And so factors like age and family history and all of those things are beyond our control. All right, genetics may be an issue because your parents may have eaten a certain way, but it's never too late to change. You can make that decision to decide, I want to have a healthy body, and so I'm going to enjoy a long life, and I'm going to make healthier choices. And it doesn't mean you can't have a steak. It doesn't mean you can't have a glass of wine, but it means that you want to be very, very disciplined and you want to save some foods for special occasions. All right. So let me just share some important strategies you can also add to diet. You want to stop smoking if you smoke, and some persons may say smoking. There are a lot of people that don't realize that tobacco is one of the leading cause of cancer. Not just tobacco, different, like even other things that people smoke. So you want to vaping, all of that. You want to try to get off of smoking if you're a person that, you know, struggle with smoking. And for most persons, I was looking at this as well, doing some research, it takes at least 3 attempts to overcome smoking. So if you tried once and you fail, and you tried twice and you fail, even if you tried 3 times, at first you don't succeed, take yourself up and try again, So it's worth it, and it's going to be worth it in the long run to overcome smoking. You want to drink responsibly. If you're a person who like having a glass of wine or something from time to time, some persons even like to have a beer now and then. You want to ensure that alcohol is not a daily habit. And again, if you have to have a glass of sparkling or some occasion, you want to save those things for a special occasion. Exercise regularly. That's a biggie. That's a big one. At least 4 times a week is good. At least 3 times a week is still workable. If you want to lose weight, you want to get to 4 to 5 times. But if you just want to maintain your health and make sure that, circulatory system and everything, you want to get rid of toxins by moving and sweating, especially if you live in cold areas more so, exercise need to be a priority. Well, I say a priority for everyone, but you really want to exercise regularly. All right. So just aim to work out at least 30 minutes, Well, I would say 150 minutes a week. Break that up. Try to work that out how best you can, right? Another thing you want to watch out for is symptoms, as I mentioned before earlier. So look for those signs like bleeding in your stools, abdominal cramps, sudden weight loss, diarrhea, constipation. Just look out for those things. Anything that starts happening that is abnormal in your body, you want to get that checked out. Don't just say, I don't know why I'm constipated lately. I don't know why, especially if this is becoming an acute situation, and meaning that it's happening day in, day out, or it's happening more often than before. It's not the norm. It means that something is off in your body, and you want to find, a way to bring it back into balance. You don't just want to leave that to decline to a point where you end up with a lifestyle disease. All right. So you want to get screened again. That's another one. I shared that before. You want to also take supplements. Remember, the soil is degenerated with all the things that are happening with the industrial farming and all of that, along to pesticides, all the things that are happening in the earth now, the ozone layer, the toxins, everything that's happening around us. It's more difficult than it was for our grandparents and our parents. But you know what? Knowledge is more available for us. And where you can't make up in your food because a lot of things, have lost the nutritional value, you want to make up with that by taking vitamin D's, vitamin B's, your folate. And that's another topic I think I'll have to talk on, because vitamins, not all vitamins are the same. Some vitamins are synthetic, some vitamins are made from food sources and herb sources and sources that are come from nature. So that's another topic again. And if you don't know anything about it and you want a good place to start is getting your doctor to advise you. But I would say to you, try to get whole food vitamins or from plant-based sources. All right. You want to follow up um, and really make sure that your screening and everything that you've done is clear. And you want to follow up whatever time your doctor says. If he says in the next 3 years you need to do this scan again, you want to do that. If you had no signs or anything like that, then it may not be urgent. But remember, it is good to know what's happening in your body, and it is sign of anything. I want you to leave with this takeaway. And the sign of anything that seems abnormal. Let's say you're having heartburn every day. Your digestive system is crying out and needs some attention. So pay attention to your body. Love the body that God gave you, because you have to live in it till you leave this earth. All right? God bless you. And cheers.